can do with a woman like you tonight. Baby, I wanna take my time. Yeah. Ooh, baby. Gab's on the beat.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming by. I thought today's video would be good to kind of show you what I do to release some stress, anxiety, and some overwhelming feelings that I feel throughout the days. So I do this coloring. It's adult coloring and it helps tremendously. So for those that don't know, back in 2017 I was diagnosed with postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety. And it really did kind of affect me to the point where I was offered medication. And so because I wanted to be lucid and not be all over the place, I decided to take another route, which is doing things that kind of ease my mind and help me throughout the day. So coloring has been that for me. So today I'm going to go through this one. It's a little bit more complex. I'm going to use a lot of color. It's just going to So when I use a lot of color, I basically kind of am all over the place. I just play around with colors that I like to see, along with colors that I like to see together. So I'll get crazy, and sometimes I'll get so crazy that I'll use colors that I normally don't do. So coloring kind of eases my mind and kind of just makes me focus on the picture itself, which is exactly what I need at that moment, instead of thinking about all of the things that has happened or that I need to do and the overwhelming feeling of all that stuff. So a little story time. This week has been so rough that I don't even know where to start. So on Monday, my brakes decide that they're not going to work anymore. Not so much not work, but they need repairing. So I had to get front brakes, new routers. Then I had to, on Tuesday, get an oil change because then that signal came on my car. Along with getting an oil change, I needed to change an air filter. So, of course, this costs a tremendous amount of money. And I'm just like, wonderful. This is exactly what I need. And then work is hella stressful. Clients are hella stressful. And then I lose a case at work. I'm just not having the best day. I'm just not having the best days. So this being said, I'm completely overwhelmed. I feel completely stressed out. My anxiety is through the roof to the point where I have not slept a full 8 hours in months because at this point I cannot stay asleep. So every about 2 hours I wake up and I fight myself and then I try to go back to sleep, and it takes me forever to go back to sleep. By the time I do go back to sleep, it's almost time for me to wake up. And now that I'm on a new routine of waking up at 5:30 in the morning now again, it is even worse because I no longer have the catch-up time that I did months ago. So not only do I have to deal with the anxiety of this COVID-19, which my anxiety is already high because my kid is back at camp. And of course he's safe, but you just never know. They wear masks, they're doing it, but you just don't know. And I'm being safe. I'm wearing a mask when I'm with people in my office, of course, and when I'm leaving and walking and whatever, but you just never know. And again, I have to deal with everything else that comes with it. Along with everything that happened, Mason gets mysteriously sick where he's pooping all over the place. He can't make it to the bathroom. It is nonstop. I had to leave work yesterday, go get him, to bring him home. Thank God he was in good spirits and he was fine, but I did miss most of the day at work yesterday. And thank God for the team that I have, because without them, obviously it would just be paused. But we managed to still get work done and move the peninsula still. So thank God. And then today was a better day. Coloring really helped. And being in complete silence also very helps. So if you are struggling with anxiety and you do find yourself just in a feeling of overwhelmingness, I do find myself feeling like the silence is what I really need sometimes. So if I'm driving, I won't listen to nothing. Like I'll just turn everything off. And I won't talk on the phone. If I'm in my office, I won't play the radio. I won't do anything. I'll just literally be silent. And I do find it that it does help. But sometimes what also helps is being in a really loud car, blasting music, and not being able to even hear your own thoughts. Sometimes that does work, and like singing along and stuff. So that also helps dramatically. But I mean, if you do suffer from postpartum depression, or even just depression or anxiety, like obviously, seeing a therapist is so helpful. I live by that. I stick to that. And if any of you have or feel any type of way, need any recommendations, need some advice, want to talk, my information is here. Comment below. I am nothing but an open book. And I will sit there and we could talk it through. I have no problems with that. Resources are available. I obviously did not know these things until I got diagnosed. And I was so grateful to have that. So yeah, that is my last couple of days, which I know plenty of moms, even single dads or grandmas that are raising children, know that these things happen. Some things just happen all at once, and it is completely overwhelming. You do not plan this out. You wish you didn't have to plan it out like this, and you didn't have to deal with it in this way, but obviously life is just full of turns and curvatures that obviously you cannot control. But I am dealing with it. I've dealt with it. And I thought that coloring would help, and it really did help, like at least to ease the mind. Some part of my anxiety also consists of like physical ailments. So I'll get like a really bad stomach ache and I can't really eat. What else? I get really bad headaches. I profusely cry like crazy. I do cry a lot during anxiety attacks. Or I'll cry because I had an anxiety attack, so that's a double whammy. So that's definitely something that I struggle with as well. But for the most part, I kind of just really, really try to do all of the things in which I know that make me feel better. And when one doesn't work, I'll keep going and I'll keep going and I'll keep going until I can't figure it out, to the point of like, if it means that I just need to stay still, or maybe it's my body telling me I need something, I try to give it that so that it'll make me feel better. But sometimes nothing works. You need sleep, or you need a cup of tea, or you just need some time. Definitely ask for help. I do struggle with asking for help, but definitely ask for help. It does help. I want to say that it will get better, but I've been 3 years in, and sometimes it just doesn't feel like that. So I don't want to do that to you and like push that agenda, but I will say it does get easier. I won't say so much better, but it does get easier to deal with once you start learning what helps you get through certain things. So once you know what helps and what makes you feel better, you'll be able to do those things in those same moments, and it will actually help you with getting through that time. And realizing that like that time is just a time, like it's literally just a time, a tickle in place, and it won't last very long, and the next day will come and another hurdle will come, or nothing will come, and you'll be just fine. So today, obviously nothing happened today. Mason had a great day at camp. Work was good. I got so much done, but again, it's not perfect. I didn't have the best day, but maybe tomorrow I will have the best day, and I'll just keep positivity in that way so that I can get through it, because without the positivity I won't be able to get through any day really. But it does make it easier to deal with. And of course, sometimes you want to talk about it with other people and sometimes you don't, and that's okay too. Like sometimes you just don't want to talk. You want to be quiet, you want to be silent, and that's okay too. And I've done that. I'm kind of doing that now, just kind of living in the moment of just like being. So that's good. But if you find yourself needing to talk about it, you just talk about it. Get a really good girlfriend, and or you know, someone that kind of understands what you're going through. And if you don't have anybody like that, please comment below and I will give you my email address and I can be that for you. That's perfectly fine. I know there are Facebook groups that I have joined that are full of moms that kind of understand the overwhelming feeling of just everyday life. And I also have like a blog that I read all the time, and they always have articles about balancing life and, you know, and it being okay for you not to have the perfect home or not putting the stress of yourself, of your expectations on yourself. So if you need resources, please reach out. I am an open book, so please let me know if you guys need any of that information below in the comment section. So back to coloring. When I'm coloring, I kind of want it to be a thing that it kind of is cohesive. So I like the colors to be spread out throughout the picture, but not on top of each other. And in this picture, I kind of wanted to play with colors that I normally don't play with and kind of show you the differences in each of the hearts and kind of play with just the little dots. And it kind of did help with the fact that it was so detailed because I was able to do the little dots and make any corrections that I wanted to make. Now, in this, I know that when I watch people color, I'm like, no, don't use that color, use this color. And I'm always like, no, 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 don't use that color. But I want to know how many of you in the comment section would change this picture along with any of the colors that I posted. And I'll link below the app that I use for this too, because I think the app is so cool. I actually have so many pictures that I've actually created with this app, and I absolutely love it. So I'll link it below so that you know what app I used. And I'm doing this on my iPad, so you can kind of do it on your iPad or I guess on your phone as well. So basically, I hardly use like pinks and stuff like that. Like, I'm really not a colorful person. I'm a really person that I wear black a lot. I like black, white, gray. I'm a very neutral, earthy tone person. So playing with like oranges and stuff is usually not what I do. But for this picture, I thought it just made sense for all of the hearts to be different and for them to be, you know, they're all so different that the colors had to be different as well, but cohesive at the same time. So I'm hoping that you enjoy the picture. So now I thought it would be okay to play some like relaxing music, which I normally don't play when I'm coloring, but it might help in regards to when you color. So when I'm coloring, if you do, I would think that you would want to relax. So there would be like, you know, meditation music or just calm music that you would listen to kind of, you know, put your mind at ease. Or you can be like me and do complete silence. So I'm going to play some music just so that you guys can get the feel of it and see what you think. And that is that. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. Please like and comment and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.